So we just saw the annuity function. Now annuity function is what you utilize when the cash flows are same each year. However, if the cash flows are not same, you can use another function called the cash flow function. So instead of annuity, we'll now focus on the cash flow function. But also understand the function is so good that you can also utilize it even if the cash flows are same. So actually it's a multi-purpose function. Where are we going to use it? Well, you use it in quantitative methods when you calculate money weighted, time weighted returns, especially money weighted returns. But more you use it when you do projects like corporate issuers or corporate finance, where you have multiple year cash flows in order to calculate NPV or IRR. This is where you will use this function exclusively. So I'll take up the example from a book and that will help you understand how to utilize this function. All right. So first of all, to utilize this function, you need to press, there is a function CF, which is just besides 2. So here you will press the cash flow. So that's where you enter into the cash flow function. Now you'll notice that I already have some cash flow, some inputs already there in my calculator from the previous calculation. So we need to clear this. We can't overwrite it because there might be several numbers. So to clear all the numbers, you need to press second and clear. Just by pressing clear, it won't disappear. So you'll have to press second and clear. Once you do that, sometimes you have to press it twice just to confirm. I just have the anxiety, so I press it twice. And to confirm it, you need to press the down arrow key here to check it if there are any numbers. If there are no numbers, it will stop after F01. Okay. So that's where I land up, CF0. That means the numbers are disappeared. This is very crucial step. Many people make mistakes because they already have something already there. So once this is done, now we will see what are the cash flows. So what you notice on your screen is CF0. That means cash flow in year 0. Most of the time when you start a project, there is an initial outflow. So cash flow is negative in year 0. Then when you press down arrow, you'll have C01, which is cash flow in year 1. And then you will have F01. F01 is frequency, which, by the way, this frequency needs to be what exactly? We'll see what exactly the frequency has to be. But do we require frequency? As of now, it shows 0. But I'll tell you what happens when you start putting the numbers. So let's go back to CF0. Okay, and let's take up this example, which is from my corporate issuer topic, where you will see that the project is where there is an equipment which is purchased at 5,000. So there is a 5,000 of inflow or outflow. Well, that's an outflow, right? That's a $5,000 outflow. And once you purchase the equipment will start operating and it will start generating cash flow. So they said, assume the required return is 10%. Now required return is your discounting rate or cost of capital, which is 10% I, your discounting rate. Then they have given the following schedule. That means the future cash flows. So year 1, year 2 and year 3, you will notice these cash flows are positive. That means they are cash inflows. So in year 1, you have $3,000. Year 2, you have $2,000, and year 3 also you have $2,000. That's it. Now these cash flows are at the end of the period. So I will just, for my clarity, I will put it up. This is in year 0. This is in year 1, this is in year 2, and this is in year 3. All right. And the discounting rate is 10%. Now, of course, the question will ask you to calculate NPV, or at times it might ask you to calculate IRR. Now we'll start putting the numbers in our calculator function. So I'll again clear everything. I'll press CF, correct? And then I'll press second clear to erase the previous numbers. Now CF0, that means cash flow in year 0, which is 5,000 but negative. So you will press 5,000. However, you will press the negative button. Now, which negative button you should press? Well, you should press this plus minus button, not this one. No, you will have to press the plus minus button, which is at the bottom. When you press that, the 5,000 becomes negative. But wait, the job is not done. You need to instruct the calculator to press enter. When you press enter, only then it captures. A lot of people forget to press enter after putting the numbers. They think it will happen automatically. Not. You'll have to press 5,000 negative and then enter. Then you press down arrow. That is your cash flow in year 1, which is 3,000 positive. So I'll put 3,000 and enter. Correct? 3,000 and enter. Same way now I'll do that for the remaining cash flows. But now you will notice the F frequency has changed to 1. Basically, frequency means how many times you have 3,000. Well, in our equation here, we have 3,000 just once. Correct? So We'll move to the next cash flow, that is in year 2, that is C02. The C02 only opens when you have put something in C01. So C02 here we have 2000 on our screen, so I'll put 2000, enter, and now when I press down arrow, well, you can keep it 1 only, and you can again go to C03 because C03 is also same amount. So I can again press here 2000 and enter, and this way I can manually put each number. However, I can also do one more thing. Because the numbers are same, you can also change the frequency of C02, which is 2000, and make it twice, because there are two 2000. Now I generally tell students, if the cash flows are not repeated many times, it's better to put individually before you forget things. So you can do this also, or as I say, manually you can press 1 so that there's only single cash flow, put all time, right? And then you go to C03, you press 2000, okay? I'll do it again for you, enter, and the frequency is already 1. I prefer to individually put up the cash flows, but with experience, of course, I don't do individual cash flows if the cash flows are repeated. Now notice this means if there is annuity of 3000 each year, you don't have to every time put 3000. You can just simply change the frequency. Stands for frequency. Now once everything is done, I will check my cash flow by pressing the up arrow. So my CF0 has to be negative 5000, C01 is 3000. By default, frequency is 1. C02 is also 2000, frequency 1. C03 is 2000, frequency 1. And if I press down arrow, CF0 is 0 because I did not put anything, right? Once you press all the, you put up all the numbers, then you need to instruct the calculator to either the exam question will ask you to find NPV or IRR, both of which are sitting on the second row, NPV or IRR. But before you press NPV or IRR, you need to understand that you need to put the cost of capital or the discounting rate. Otherwise, how will you bring it to the present value, right? So even if you forget it, and if you press NPV in your calculator, it will ask you, hey, give me the rate of discount. So I see it's already 8%, but my question does not have 8%, it has 10%. Right? So even if you press NPV, it will ask you for discounting rate. So what I'll do is that I'll put 10, and don't forget to press enter. Don't put 10% because it is already set up to percentage. So you put 10 and enter. Now what next? Now you need to press the down arrow, but there is a number. Now this is not your answer. Your answer is something else, but this is from the previously calculated. So you need to instruct the calculator to get the answer, and for that we will press compute, which is on the top. Once I press compute, that's where I will see the NPV of 882.79. Rounded off, you will see in the choice B, that is 883. Correct? So after NPV, don't forget to press compute, otherwise your answer will not appear. This is how you use the cash flow function, whether it is similar cash flow or multiple cash flows. Now, just one step and you get the IRR also. All you have to do is press IRR, and don't forget to press compute because you need to instruct the calculator to do the calculation. Once you press compute, it will show you 20.64. So that's your IRR. So in exam, if they ask you NPV or IRR, the process is same. You go to the cash flow, put up all the values, go one by one, down arrow, put all the values, but before that put second clear so that all the previous numbers are cleared. Make sure CF0 is most of the times negative because it's a cash outflow. Then you have mostly cash inflows, conventional way. Then after that, press NPV, it will ask you for I, that is your discounting rate. Put the discounting rate. Once you put up that, don't forget to press enter, down arrow, compute, it will get you NPV, and just one more button, IRR, compute, and it will give you IRR. This is where we discover how to use the cash flow function, how to calculate NPV and IRR in one equation. All right, thank you.